And welcome back to the channel. Sandy Golston back here with another live. I know I had the clock up there for some reason, not sure why. We'll get to that a little bit later, but I want to welcome everybody that's going to join. I know some people are going to be a little bit before they get in here, and I will look forward to engaging with people once they get in. But in the meantime, I want to say that this is going to be a Saturday where I'm going to be pretty busy today because I got a lot of stuff going on that I'm excited about. Of course, big sports fan, so looking forward to watching some sporting events. There's a lot of big sporting events going on today. Big college basketball game, lots of huge college football games, and of course some NFL games as well on this Saturday. So, and plus, I got to get some writing in and I got to get some reading in as well. So, it's looking to be a busy day, a busy Saturday here for me. Just some housekeeping. I will be back live Sunday night. So, be on the lookout for my Sunday night stream. I believe it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, be on the lookout for that. Check the channel and get some details on that. We'll be continuing with more writing sprints. I'm in the process right now of, I couldn't resist temptation. So the story that I'm outlining, I started the first couple sentences of the actual manuscript. So I got that going last night, but I still want to finish some outlining details here with at least the first little 15-minute sprint. So I'm going to be working on that this first 15-minute sprint. And then probably the couple sprints thereafter, I'll be working on actually doing some writing. So that's kind of what's on tap for today. And hopefully anybody that's coming in and joining us will have an opportunity to work on a project that they have in progress, or maybe consider starting a project that they have in progress, or maybe doing some research to help flesh out whatever project that you're working on. So those are all the above things that I typically do during these things. So I'll be doing, again, a little bit of all of it. I'll be doing some research. I'll be doing some outlining. I'll be doing maybe some drafting by the end, and all leading towards what I hope is going to be my first major book series. It's going to be kind of a dystopian type of a book series. And so I'm excited about it. Looking forward to getting going with it here, as you guys will be able to follow along as I get going with this. So, and one other housekeeping note, if you subscribe to the channel, I hope you are. And if you're keeping up with the videos, which I also hope you are, I am going to be doing some year-end videos, some of my personal awards for the top books that I read. So specifically, I'm going to be doing my fiction book of the year, my fiction runner-up book of the year, my nonfiction book of the year, my nonfiction runner-up book of the year, my pleasant surprise book of the year, and my disappointment book of the year. So all those are going to be coming in the back half of the month of December. So I will probably start debuting those early next week, or maybe mid next week before Christmas. And then after Christmas is when, that week after Christmas is probably when you'll see the rest of those videos as we close out the calendar year. So be on the lookout for that. I've got some, if you've been following the channel and you've been watching my monthly wrap-ups, you'll probably have a pretty good idea where I'm going with some of the books that I'm going to pick. And you saw that how some of those books fared during the Goodreads Book of the Year awards, and some fared well, some maybe not quite so well. So just with anything, there's just differences of opinion. So looking forward to releasing those videos. I think I still have 2 of those that I still need to film. So while my hair is still kind of low, I'll probably go ahead and film those either tonight or probably tomorrow during the day. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share the clock screen here, the clock screen that you might have saw earlier. So we're going to go 15-minute writing sprint. That will take us to about 11:20 a.m. So it's EST, of course. So I know I should type these out beforehand. So those of you who are already thinking that, yeah, you're right, I should be typing these out beforehand. But That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get this first sprint started. If you join in, I'll be happy to chat with you while I'm doing some writing sprints. This is kind of informal because, like I said, most of the writing I'm not really going to jump into yet. I'm still in the process of outlining and trying to get that focused. So, all right. So here we go. 15-minute writing sprint, mini sprint number 1 starts now. All right, so I got about 300 words in, and as you saw, maybe in the chat, I'm not really feeling where I'm going right now. And the start of the story is going to be, remove that for now. And the start of the story is going to be really significant. So hang on, let me get that off of here real quick. The start of the story is just going to be really significant for me. So I need to really just kind of rethink where I want to go with the beginning, because that's just going to flow everything else. And that's one of the reasons why I've hated that I jumped the gun in terms of getting it started, because with such significant world building, it's going to be really important. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, I think I'm going to probably restart it, because I want to make sure I solidify the outline first, and then fully jump into it. So yeah, so that little 300 words I got itchy about and started, probably going to end up scrapping that and going maybe in a fresher direction there. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty much set with the setting that I want to create, but it's just a matter of kind of flowing into it and doing it the right way, and then developing my main character. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. Probably after I get off the air today, I'll probably go ahead and work on that a little bit more, and just continue to finish outlining here during this particular live. So appreciate everybody that's in. If you haven't and you would be so kind, please hit the like button for the video. That would be fantastic. And if you have any thoughts, sorry about the little earthquake there, then definitely jump in and let me know if you guys are working on something. That would be great to share. You can check up a little bit earlier in the chat. I talked a little bit about what I'm going to be working on, and I'm always working on multiple projects at the same time. So I'm taking a break from my NaNoWriMo project, kind of letting that soak in a little bit. And then I'll come back and probably start editing that between books 1 and 2 of this series that I'm working on. So who knows when that'll be? That might not be until maybe late January, probably at the earliest. It'll be mid to late January that I'll start working on that. So that's where I'm at with that. So let me go ahead and get ready to get the next 15-minute sprint up there. But as I said, I'm going to be working on being live tomorrow night, Sunday night at about 9 p.m. Eastern time. And hopefully that'll be a little bit more relaxed. I'm on vacation from work for, let's see, 2 weeks. So I'm excited about that. Hope other people are going to be able to get some time off and be able to get some relaxation. So I'm excited about that. I mean, work never really stops. I still have stuff that I'll have to do. So that part is just ongoing, no matter how much, I'm on vacation. So, but it'll just keep going. But it'll be nice to have some time where I can turn my alarm clock off in the morning and get up and just do some little things here and there as necessary. Nazy is back with us. Nazy 41. I've already blown things up. Now I'm dealing with the fallout. It's not going well. I know where I want to go, but not how to get there. That's, you just perfectly summed up where I was when I started that first 318 words. I felt really good about it. I thought, you know what? I just couldn't resist jumping into it. I jumped into it too soon. And with this significant amount of world building that I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to probably research a little bit more, because I've never really done books with significant world building as this one does, because it's in a kind of a almost a post-apocalyptic type of a setting. So I'm going to have to really work on that to really sharpen and shapen that one up. So I know where you are with that, because I got started with it, couldn't resist, should have resisted temptation, but I didn't. And I ended up not paying a heavy price, but it just reinforced that I need to, go back and really do a little bit more research as far as world building. So I'm right there with you on that one. Aw, coffee over apples. Steph is here with us. Hey, friends. Hope your writing is going well. Um, I think it's going to start going a little bit better. A little bit of a rough start. I shouldn't have jumped the gun and jumped past the outline. So I instead of advancing to go, I just kind of started jumping all over the Monopoly board. So I'm gonna have to rein myself back in. But always great having coffee over apples in. Check her out. I was actually just watching one of her videos talking about book clubs this morning. So great timing for Steph to jump in here. Yeah, if you can go check out her channel. She does some really cool, interacting, engaging type of videos. I need to get on her level as far as making my videos a little bit more fun and letting my personality just flow for the people. So you got to give the people what they want. Let's see, what genre is dystopian? This is dystopian is kind of like, you know, I kind of like science fiction a little bit, but not really. It's just this one's going to be not really. It's going to be kind of thriller ish. But like I said, think kind of like Mad Max, Hunger Games. I'm trying to think of what else. Trying to think of some other ones that are like post-apocalyptic. Maybe Divergent is probably another one. Happy Saturday indeed, divided by sight, familiar one to join the channel. And nice having you in here last week, joining with us. Good morning to Yuki back with us as well. And Steph, yeah. You know what? I tried. It's funny. It's like I'm always trying to look for more booktubers that read similar to what I read. And the good thing about it is that I always find new ones all the time just by looking around. And I take a certain amount of time. I don't want to say each day, but probably each week to explore what other booktubers and author tubers are doing and just to try to discover new people. There's so many. I mean, the vastness of YouTube and booktube is just unbelievable. So you can always be out there looking around and you find other people that are making good recommendations. I bought a book the other day about based on a book recommendation from someone who left a comment on my video earlier this week, and I went to her channel and saw some really good suggestions. And so there's always people out there that are doing things that you're working on, and you just got to find a way to connect with them. Yeah, 1984 is another good one. That's a good one. The Stand, yeah, The Stand. I haven't read The Stand, but The Stand is kind of like I think that's probably one of the more appropriate books to read right now during a pandemic. Is The Stand. So yeah, 1984. I forgot about 1984, and actually I just read that earlier this year. Well, I listened to it by audiobook earlier this year. The Road. I have not seen The Road. I've not read The Road. I have heard of it, but I haven't read it. Hunger Games, The Stand, The Handmaid's Tale. I've not read that one either. So that might be something to check out. Oh, okay. Haven't read that one. Let's see. I would say it takes problems of today's society and takes them to an extreme. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of where I was going with it, because it is kind of like not complete, like it's not completely apocalyptic, but it is pretty close. Yeah, I mean it's like in that from that standpoint, it probably is aligned a little bit more with the Hunger Games, but then a little bit, that Manchurian Candidate is definitely in there as well. Let's see. Yep, 1984. We talked about 1984. I want to read 1984, like actually physically read it, As I mentioned, I did the audiobook, and I didn't really get the feel for it that I think other people did that read the physical copy of the book, and I do have a physical copy of the book, and so I don't think that. I think with that one, I'm probably going to need to reread that one. Let's see. The Road is by Cormac McCarthy. Yes, yes. I could not remember the author's name, but yeah, that's definitely one to check out down the line, because I think as I look at this story that I'm writing, and I have to maybe rethink how fast I want to jump into it after I finish the outline, because I do want to do a little bit more research about that genre. So let's see. Yeah, some good comments here, and definitely some books that some of you guys are talking about. Some books that I definitely want to read at some point. Um, yeah, like I said, 1984. I definitely want to read again. The Stand is that's a pretty healthy sized book. I can't remember how long it is, but that's a pretty that's one of those classic like huge Stephen King books. And I can't even find my. I've got my copy of 11/22/63 around here. So I don't know what. Like I don't know if a ghost came in here and snatched it away or something, but it was in a spot and now I can't find it. So I have no clue what's going on with that. So I have to get the Ghostbusters to come in here and see if they can track that book down. Let's see. Tenet trailer movie, Christopher Nolan. Okay. 1,200 pages. Wow. Wow. You know what? It's interesting you mentioned that. Um, I kind of messed up a little bit in that I stumbled across the Stand, the miniseries on TV, and I watched it. So it's always weird when you watch the movie before reading the book. So yeah, I still want to read the book because I think the movie was okay, but I think I've heard people say that the book is definitely better than the movie. So Steph, I don't know if you saw the movie and read the book, and you have an opinion about that, but I definitely would prefer to read the book because I just the movie was okay, but Stephen King movie adaptations, some are really really good. Shawshank Redemption, Stand by Me are some that are really good, and others, yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. And you got the laughing face right there. Yeah, book. No, I knew where you were coming from there. Yeah, I figured as much. Stephen King adaptations. Carrie is a good adaptation of a Stephen King movie. Trying to think of some other ones that are pretty good, but some of them are just. It is kind of it is another book that I want to read. Stephen King. I don't know if that's more of a little slightly different genre there. Did you read Requiem for a Dream? I have not read that one. Which kind of genre would you give if you did not know? Yeah, I haven't read that, so I'm not. Yeah, I don't know if I could really chime in on that one, but I'd be open to maybe putting it on my reading list going forward. So, but yeah, there's a reboot, really? It's. I mean, what great timing for something like that to come out. A reboot of that series. That would, I think, the timing would be really good. They redid it, and I have not watched the newer version. I've watched the older version of the miniseries. I've never actually read that book. I've got like probably two or three copies of it, but I've never actually read that book. So um, I've heard from some people that the remake of it was better. So I'd be interested in possibly taking a look at that at some point. I would hope that the remake of The Stand was better because it was yeah. So I think they could definitely make some improvement there, and hopefully they will make some significant improvement there. Um, but going back to the series that I'm working on, and I mentioned it pretty early in the chat, probably before a lot of you guys got in here. Think Hunger Games from the standpoint of a divided country with distinct territories and distinct leadership of each territory. Think the Manchurian Candidate with people that are installed to carry out certain tasks. And then think the miniseries V from the 1980s, if you guys remember that. I think they redid that into a TV series, a reboot, when aliens come in and they take over and they seem cool and they seem great, but they have sinister motives, and then rebels have to band together to push them out and save humanity as it is. So think a little bit of all of that going on at the same time. So the task for me is to kind of blend it all together. Definitely need to read Requiem. Soundtrack for the movie is fantastic. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll definitely be willing to check that out. I as I mentioned to many of you who have been watching my videos, I am probably the slowest reader among booktubers. So that's a championship that I'm pretty sure that I hold. That is probably a well-defended championship that I don't think anybody will be able to take from me. So I end up reading probably anywhere from 4 to 6 books a month. And I see some of you, I peep some of you guys out there and ladies out there that are reading like 6 books in like a day, or okay, I'm exaggerating, maybe 6 books in like a week. And I'm like, how do you guys do that? Like, I just, I don't know. Maybe I just have a short attention span. I can't devote that much time to reading unless I have audiobook. And the Sarah J. Maas book I'm reading right now, A Court of Thorn and Roses, that is actually an audiobook and a Kindle book. So between the two, I am cranking on that one. So that one's I think a little over 400 pages, and I'm coming up about halfway through it right now. I think I'm at about 190 some pages. So about halfway through that. And it's cool. It's I feel like I'm one of the only booktubers that does not read Sarah J. Maas, has not read Sarah J. Maas, does not read. Sounds like I would not do that or would not be open to that, but I am open to it. And then Brandon Sanderson, I'm coming for you. I'm going to start reading some Brandon Sanderson books here in the near future. Nazy 41 is also a slow reader, even slower since COVID. That's interesting. When COVID first hit, I thought, man, I'm gonna be able to read like just a fool. I'm just gonna be just like going nuts, just reading everything, getting my Goodreads weight up, just killing it, just stacking up books like it's my job. I thought for sure that was gonna happen, and then like I got into it and I wrote a little bit and I read a little bit, but really not all that different than what I would normally do, which begs the question, like, what have I been doing with my time? So I don't know. I've probably picked my reading up a little bit. I shouldn't exaggerate that so much. Right there with you, Sandy. If I make it up to 10 books, 10 plus books with credit. Yeah, I don't know what my record is for a month of reading, but it's probably around 10, maybe. I don't think much over 10. I keep it I keep it pretty tight because I just I have so much going on. I split pretty I don't want to say evenly, but I split between reading and writing. So I keep a pretty busy schedule. Plus, there's just all other things I'm involved in. I have a full-time job, and then I have other extracurriculars that I'm involved in as well. This week, 17 books. Yuki is you're just killing the game right now. Wow. But if I had stopped reading, my mind would have collapsed. So yeah, I mean, I think for some people, that's a good point. For some people, it probably was, a little bit therapeutic. I think for me, I probably leaned more to the side of writing a little bit more than reading. But I think part of that also was just kind of refreshing to look at some different types of books and different types of authors to read. And I think that's going to help me a little bit more. I was in a rut earlier this year where I was reading like dark academia books like crazy. I'm part of it because I work on a college campus. So I was reading all these dark academia books, and they were good, and I enjoyed them. But I kind of got in a rut because I was reading them, and then I had this one that I wanted to read. Um, it was called The Swallows, and I wanted to read it, but I'm like, man, I've been reading all these sort of dark academia books, and I'm like, I gotta, take a step back from it. But then I ended up reading it, and I liked it. So that tells you something right there, I'm guessing. Let's see. The red SGM. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's the few and the proud. Um, it's a different genre of writing from what I would normally read, and the closest I've ever come to reading anything like that is probably the Hunger Games. And I read the Hunger Games and I liked it. I really loved the Hunger Games. I liked Catching Fire. I tolerated Mockingjay, and I tolerated the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So that's how that goes. A little applause there for Yuki, who's setting the pace for us, and we got to try to get up on her level. Let's see. Did you read Nothing Lasts Forever? Novel, the adaptation of Die Hard. No, I have not. That's interesting. I had not read that. What was the one that I did read? I read it. What was it called? Fair Game, which I think is was adapted into the movie. It was adjusted quite a bit, but it's adapted into the movie Cobra, which is Cobra is one of my 1980s guilty pleasure movies where it's like not necessarily the greatest movie, but it has some memorable scenes and you just kind of like watching it, even though it's like not necessarily what you would call a classic. Let's see. I did not care what I read this week, and I need to think to write so that was impossible. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've got I was talking about this last week. I have Insurgent. I think that's the second one. Divided by Sight. You probably know this better than I do. Um I thought I picked up Divergent, but it was actually Insurgent, which I think again is the second book in the series. But I do want to get Divergent. I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to write that down. I want to pick that one up to look into that series. When I read Hunger Games, a lot of people kept saying you should take a look at Divergent at some point. Let's see. Got into a discussion with a friend this week as to whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. That is a debate. It's funny. Where did I see that debate? Somebody was debating that. I saw that on YouTube. Somebody was debating that too. It's yeah, you get that's a polarizing discussion. There are some people that just are willing to to fall on the sword for that one, so to speak, in advocating for Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I will say, to be quite honest, I never thought about it as a Christmas movie. There's certainly Christmas elements to it, but you don't necessarily think of it in the traditional sense of a uplifting and sweet and innocent movie with great life lessons learned and everybody is safe and happy and the worst thing that happens is like a Christmas tree falls on you or something like that. But it's just yeah, I don't know. I guess I never really thought of it as a Christmas movie. But I get both sides of the argument. It's I don't know which side you fall on, Steph, but it is an interesting argument. And I actually, to be honest with you, I always laugh when I see people get into that debate because it's like one of those no-win. It's like one of those no-win arguments. Divergent, very similar to Hunger Games. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think did they come out at about the same time? I think they maybe came out at about the same time because I had the original Hunger Games book on a shelf for a long time, and then I had the movie Hunger Games movie on my DVR, and I was going to watch the movie because for whatever reason I was really tempted to watch the movie. And then I remember, wait a minute, I've got that book. And then at some point I bought the second two books in the series, and I had those in another spot. And so I finally just decided to jump in and read it. It wasn't what I typically read, but I was glad I read it. I ended up enjoying it. So I'm hoping that I'll have the same experience with Divergent at some point as well. Let's see. Yuki doesn't think it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought of it that way. I think it'd be an interesting case study to look into people that really think it is, because as I mentioned earlier, people who think it is strongly believe that it is. Like they are willing to just go to the mat fighting with you about that. Definitely, Steph says definitely not. Don't automatically associate Bruce Willis with eggnog and gingerbread. Yeah, I did not make that association either. Gosh, eggnog sounds really good right now. I have to think about that next time I go grocery shopping. I might have to pick up some groceries before Christmas and see if I can get some. Maybe I'll experiment with that. Maybe I'll pull up Die Hard, get some eggnog and some gingerbread. It's probably not good for my blood sugar, but to try that and see if it just kind of fits together a little bit, or maybe if it doesn't quite fit. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't imagine that a lot of families are sitting around going through their Christmas movie list and pulling up Die Hard. They could be, but that's not my perception. Divided by Sight thinks that Divergent came out same year or a year after. Yeah, that was kind of my impression of it as well. Yeah, eggnog. Oh man, when was the last time I haven't had eggnog in probably? I'm going to show my age a little bit more than my beard does. I think it's probably been. I think I've had eggnog in probably 8 or 9 years, something like that. Stuff is cracking up. We got stuff. We got stuff cracking up over here. You can make it at home. I recently made apple cider at home. Yeah, I've never made apple cider at home. I have to look at just interesting eggnog, making that at home. I'm not really sure what goes into that. I have to look up a recipe to that and see if that is possible. That would make a good vlog experiment. It probably would, but I can see my kitchen from where I'm sitting right now, and it needs some TLC right now. I might need to hire somebody to come in and clean my kitchen because I'm just feeling kind of lazy, and I definitely want to watch some college athletics today. So I'm going to be watching some college football, and maybe I'll sneak in at halftime of some of these games or at commercial breaks and watch a little bit of what's going on. So we'll see how that goes. But you guys, I'll tell you one thing, man. You guys have got me. Um, I definitely appreciate having the discussion about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, because I just find that conversation absolutely hilarious. That's one of those ones where you see the Michael Jackson meme where he's in the movie Thriller and he's in the theater and he's eating popcorn and he's just kind of watching all the action, and that's kind of how I feel when I'm listening to or watching people talking about Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I just think it's hilarious. It just always cracks me up. All right, let's see. Let me catch up here. I'm backsliding here on my comments here. Apple cider with caramel vodka is good too. Haven't thought about that. Recipe for eggnog. Yeah, yeah, a recipe for eggnog. Because I'm all about that eggnog life. I'm you know, oh, I remember having eggnog as a kid. It was we didn't get it very often. Again, like you would expect, it was around Christmas time, and we were limited because I mean we could just go ahead and just smash when I was a kid, and parents were just kind of like, "Whoa, let's pump the brakes here a little bit on the eggnog here. Don't get too carried away with it." And so I have to watch even more what I consume now. So I would be willing to partake in a little bit of eggnog just to, get a feel for the old times and get into the holiday spirit, as it were. Which reminds me, I'm wondering if how many people are, from a writing standpoint. I talked about this in a video earlier. Writing stories. We've talked about some stories that have already been written about pandemics, and I'm expecting that literary agents and publishers are probably being deluged by pandemic stories right now from authors, established authors, or authors who want to be established. So it'll be interesting to see what 2021 and maybe especially late 2021 and then 2022 has to offer. So, favorite Christmas movie? Favorite Christmas movie? Definitely can't say Die Hard. I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to look through and see. I don't. The only thing that I think I watch every Christmas is probably a Charlie Brown Christmas. That's probably the one that I know I watch. That I've been watching that since forever. Um, Elf is kind of, yeah. That's an interesting one. Um, Charlie Brown Christmas probably may not be considered a movie. Um, is Home Alone considered a Christmas movie? Isn't that a Christmas movie? There's a Christmas Story. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to jog my memory a little bit on what are considered good Christmas movies. I probably need to shake it up a little bit to figure out which ones going back here. Elf. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that. But anyway, yeah, I think let's see. Oh, you guys are chiming in now. Let's see. Polar Express. Have not seen Polar Express. I hope that's not like sacrilege to say that. Nightmare Before Christmas. Hmm. I like the way Steph thinks. We need to do a collab one of these days. Gotta find something we can collab on because you're cracking me up right now. You got some cool stuff going on. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good ones. You guys still got me tripping out over the Die Hard as a Christmas movie discussion we had earlier. That was really good. That alone was worth me jumping online here today. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think that you know publishers and literary agents next year are probably going to be seeing, or probably already are right now, especially coming off of NaNoWriMo. I'm sure that a lot of people that are polishing up their NaNoWriMo stories are probably um, getting ready to send them to publishers and literary agents. So probably going to be seeing a lot of people pushing pandemic books in the next year to 2 years. Who knows how long this thing's going to last anyway? So we probably could be seeing a lot more of those. Oh yeah, for sure. We'll have our people get into contact with each other so we can make that happen because I think that'd be really cool. That's definitely one of the things that I want to do in 2021 is I want to look for more opportunities to collab. There's just so many cool booktubers that are out there that are doing some cool stuff, and I definitely want to expand the types of books that I'm reading and to learn more from the other booktubers who are out there. Yep, A Christmas Story. That was one that I did mention. That's a classic one. It's one of those things like, you know what? You guys have got me on the hook right now because I'm telling you, like, once I get off of here, I'm probably gonna like research all these Christmas movies. Matter of fact, let's just do it right now. Let's just do it right now here. Let's just do it. Let's just no time like the present right now. Let's just see here. Um, all right, let's see. I'm not sure if Rotten Tomatoes is the best place to look for these right now. All right, let's go. Here we go. Y'all get ready for this. Here we go. Um, okay, here we go. Let me share the screen real quick. This is gonna be funny. All right, here we go. The people have spoken, so we're gonna go through here and we're gonna look at the top all time Christmas movies according to this editorial on Rotten Tomatoes. There we go. See, this is one I already forgot. Miracle on 34th Street. Okay, this is a remake version though. 1994. The Preacher's Wife. I remember that. I think I've seen that once. Oh, The Grinch. The Grinch. Ah, forgot about that. Christmas Chronicles. I don't know about that party right there. Love Actually. Hmm. I've heard of that, but I've not seen it. Krampus. Critics' consensus: Krampus is gory good fun for fans of non-traditional holiday horror with a fondness for. You know, it's funny. Actually, when you think of Christmas horror, um, when I was a kid, we used to sneak and watch the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was a movie that was like a horror movie series that was like bashed, that you were like basically shamed into not watching. So um, it is. See, Steph, this is it. I give the people what they want. This is what we do as booktubers, as YouTubers. We even if we venture off into movies, this is great stuff right here. This is what I do. I give the people what they want. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Wow. I was just talking with somebody about that yesterday. I might need to see if I can pop that up here, because all of us many of us are spending like a bazillion dollars a month on TV. So you might as well just kind of see what's out there. Let's see anything else that pops out here. Home Alone. I mentioned that one as a Christmas movie. Frosty the Snowman. That's another classic. The Best Man Holiday. I've not seen that one. Scrooge. I've actually never seen Scrooged before. The Santa Claus. I've never seen that one. Tim Allen. Black Christmas. Another horror movie. Um, the rare slasher with enough intelligence to wind up the tension between bloody outbursts. Black Christmas offers fiendishly enjoyable holiday viewing for genre fans. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Let's see. All right, the Muppet Christmas Carol. There's one for the young people in attendance here. Christmas Horror Story. Steph, which one did you? Oh, Harold and Kumar. That's the one you forgot about. Let's see. Let It Snow. Never seen that one before. Man, I'm just like, I'm slacking on the Christmas movies, man. You guys are on it, man. You guys are coming up with stuff that happens. While you were sleeping, I didn't know that was a Christmas movie. Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. Huh. Didn't know that was bad, Santa. The late great Bernie Mac, Billy Bob Thornton. Batman Returns, really? I'm telling you, right? Uh, Steph, I'm calling you out. Is Batman Returns, is that considered a Christmas movie? I did like the Michael Keaton Batman, I have to say. The Bishop's Wife. That's 1948. Good heavens. Happiest Season. It's like Steph is thinking about the Batman reference right there. I don't blame you. I'm still, yeah, we're gonna have to come back to that one at some point. Elf. Somebody mentioned Elf earlier. Christmas in Connecticut, 1945. I gotta I gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it a buck. I have a hard time with movies that are that old. A Christmas Carol. I've seen that. That was a long time ago. I saw that. Not 1951, long time ago, but a long time ago. Let's see. White Reindeer. Man, I've never seen some of these movies. I don't even know what that one is right there. Gremlins. Oh, Gremlins. Gremlins. How did I forget Gremlins? How did I forget Gremlins? Wow. Gremlins. That's crazy. How did I forget Gremlins? Nicole says Batman is during Christmas, so it counts. Okay. All right, we got a little disagreement here. Let's see. Oh, Steph likes Gremlins. I can't believe I forgot about Gremlins. Wow. Yeah, that's man. Wow. I get a couple demerits for that. Trading Places. Yeah. Trading Places. That scene where Dan Aykroyd dresses up as Santa, that is just hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious to me. Yeah. Steph loves Gizmo until you get him wet or feed him after midnight. Yeah, he's all right, but everybody's got their limitations. Let's see. Better watch out. Ooh, wait a minute. I've heard of this. Carried by its charismatic young cast, Better Watch Out is an adorably sinister holiday horror film. Boy, look at that cover art right there. That's a good way to sell a movie right there. That's some serious cover art right there. Let's see what else we got here. We're in the top 25 now, so it should be getting good, but I'm just not seeing. I don't know a lot of these films. Do you guys know a lot of these films? Some of these I've just never even heard of. Tokyo Godfathers, really? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've actually heard of that. Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. That's quite a cast right there. Corbin Burnson. Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. Bro, I've never even heard of these. Really? Steph likes Tokyo Godfathers. Okay. I'll check it out. I might be willing to check it out. A Christmas Tale. This must be a remake or something. No, let's see. Rare Exports is an unexpectedly delightful crossbreed of deadpan comedy and Christmas horror. Deadpan comedy and Christmas horror. Wow. Shows that anybody can get married, huh? Deadpan horror, deadpan comedy and Christmas horror. Wow. A Christmas Story, 1983. What? Set in the 1940s. Okay. Little Women. I've never heard of this. Winona Ryder, Susan Sarandon. Huh. Babes in Toyland, 1934. Wow. 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 Wait a minute. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie? Really? Who's seen Edward Scissorhands? Is that correct? Is that really a Christmas movie? Claus. Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Bruh, where have I been? I have not seen hardly any of these. Remember that night? Oh, how about that? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That is definitely a classic. All right, we're gonna have to get to Yuki's eggnog recipe here pretty soon here, but let me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let the debate begin. They've got Die Hard as the number 12 all-time great Christmas movie. Die Hard, 1988. Its many imitators and sequels have never come close to matching the taut thrills of the definitive holiday action classic. Oh boy, let the games begin. And a Charlie Brown Christmas, one that I mentioned, 1965. It's just hard not to like Charlie Brown, seriously. Tangerine. There's another one, man. I don't. Let's see. A working girl tears through Tinseltown on Christmas Eve, searching for the pimp who broke her heart. I must be well received. 2015. Wow. Let's see. Carol. It's okay. This is an adaptation of some kind. Meet Me in St. Louis, number 8. I've heard of that. Never seen it. Judy Garland. Die Hard. I can't believe it. Not only in the list, but like pretty high too. Let's see. Little Women. Never heard of that one. 2019. Man, I need to get up my Christmas game here. The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think someone mentioned that one earlier. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Wow, number 5. That's a classic. That is a classic. That's one we watched every year. The Shop Around the Corner, 1940. Yeah. Ah, I hate to be eraist, but man, 1940. Man, look at the 1940s, man. 1940s is just rocking the game right here in the top 5. Look at this. Holiday Holiday Inn, Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Number 2, Miracle on 34th Street. Oh, how did I not guess It's a Wonderful Life? How did I miss that one? Did you guys let me miss that one? James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore. Wow. Miracle on 34th Street. Wow. What a list. What a list. Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. I forgot about that one. It's a Wonderful Life. I've never seen that one. I have seen Miracle on 34th Street before. Man, look at the 1940s. Look at this. Look at this, y'all, real quick. 1946, right, for Christmas movies. 1946, 1947, 1942, 1940. I mean, it's a lot of 1940s in this list going through here. So, wow. Wow. So, yeah, it's crazy right here. Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. So, interesting right here. Interesting things going on, but yeah, that was that was a fun trip down memory lane right here. Now let's get back to what we were talking about here earlier. Let's get back to Yuki. Yuki's got an eggnog recipe from Gramps. So let's see if I have what I need. You know what? So far I've got everything I need here. I had 1 1/3 cup of milk. Okay, you lost me with a whole clove. Vanilla, I got vanilla. I've got cinnamon. Got eggs. I've got sugar. Okay. Okay. Oh, rum. Oh man, you lost me there. Okay, I'm missing some ingredients here. Nutmeg. I might have nutmeg. I don't have light cream right now. That sounds doable. That sounds doable. What did I make last time? I tried to make something. I made like cheesecake. I tried to make cheesecake, and that came out. Let's see. It's a Wonderful Life is a good one. I need to check that one out. But yeah, some good thoughts there. Appreciate everybody chiming in. That was a good little we kind of veered off of books, but it was actually kind of cool to kind of go down memory lane with Christmas movies that many of us like to watch. So that was a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys joining me for that, for the impromptu discussion of great Christmas movies. So maybe we'll have to have a discussion about Christmas books at some point as well, to see if there's some good Christmas books that are out there. But all right, so I need to get up out of here. So thanks to everybody who came through. Just a reminder, I'll be on here Sunday night to chat again about writing and about books. And I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys if you guys want to come through. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about the rum part, because I feel like I've heard some people say that you can either not use it or you can substitute something else. Um, but it sounds like it okay, you said it tasted great. That was going to be my question. So yeah, I mean, so it can sometimes you can definitely substitute things to make sure that because everybody has different tastes and everybody has different restrictions. I personally am not supposed to have a lot of sugar, so I have to kind of watch that sometimes with my diet. So, but thanks everybody for coming through. I'm going to jump into some college football because this is what I do on Saturday afternoon. I also need to. I'm looking at my kitchen right now, and it needs some TLC. So I need to go and jump in that kitchen and get to work in there as well at some point. So looking forward to that. Again, I will be back on here tomorrow night, and looking forward to spending some time with you guys if you can make it over here tomorrow night at about 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll probably be on for an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, to give the people what they want. So looking forward to that, and hope everybody has a good rest of their day and enjoys hopefully some relaxation time. If you're a writer, get some writing in. If you're a reader, get some reading in. If your kitchen needs TLC like mine does, then go ahead and knock that out as well. And everybody have a good day, and keep looking at the channel. Again, I'll be back on here tomorrow night doing some more writing. So that's going to do it. Thanks everybody for coming out. If you could hit the like button for the video, and if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing for more BookTube and AuthorTube content as we keep this thing moving forward. Peace.